Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another movie review. This is going to be for The Final Destination or Final Destination number 4, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, this is going to continue my mini series for the Final Destination movie review. I'm doing one daily. This one I'm doing a bit later because for some odd reason, even though I had a free day from school today, I had other stuff to do. I had to put annotations on like 50 different videos. And then I went out to do other stuff. So I'm doing this at around 11:30 on the 24th. Hopefully I could put it on the 24th of 2014 of October. So yeah, sorry for this one being late. Yeah, this movie stars Bobby Campo, Chantel Van Santen, Nick Zano, Haley Webb, Michael Williamson, Krista Allen, Andrew Fiscella, Justin Wellborn, Stephanie Honro, Laura Grice, Jackson Walker, Phil Austin, William Aguilar, and Brendan Aguilar. So yeah, that's the crew for this movie. And yeah, before I begin though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual. For those who have yet to watch this movie and haven't already, go check it out and then come back and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually um, watch this movie and haven't already, don't comment down below or be messaging me that never give you a fair warning, because as usual I did. Um, so yeah, so yeah, in this movie, basically, or a video, quick synopsis, like statistics, and then the rates. So the movie and in the franchise as a whole, the premise is that you have a group of people who are about to die in a horrific disaster, but one of them has a premonition minutes before the actual disaster happens. They tell their friends or whoever's around them that the event is going to happen, and they manage to save a few of them. And then the disaster happens. Then one by one, they are picked off by death, since death does not like to be cheated, and they are each killed in these horrific events, due to the fact that they cheated death. In this movie, the main incident is that the main incident that should have killed everyone was a racing, I guess a race, NASCAR race crash, I guess you could say, or something like that. There was like the people in the beginning of the film, they were in this like race car race thing, not that they're audience members of the race, of the track race or whatever, cars. One of them, and then one of them crashed, and there's like a huge explosion, and it basically took down the whole stadium, and it killed everybody except for the people who cheated death. And as I said before, they're each killed off one by one. So yeah, it's out of all the Final Destination films, I think this one may be the weakest. It's still gone. Yeah, it's probably the weakest. Um, so yeah, I mean, it was good. It was a good horror film. It was a good, quick popcorn horror film. It fed the appetite for a horror film. Because it did have the gore. It did have some pretty cool deaths with the gore, and it did have some tense moments. They also added, and then they added this rule to the death rules of death, or however you want to say it. Technically the rule has always been around, but they kind of expanded upon it in this movie, and that's basically that depending on where the person sits from the premonition and real time, comparing the two, if he is supposed to sit, like for example, if let's say this is two seats, if in the premonition a person sits here, and let's say they die because of the seating, they die. But let's say in real life, if they sit in this chair, and they're in the disaster, they'll survive, or they won't die how they're supposed to die. They'll survive due to the seating arrangement. So they kind of advance upon that idea within the rules of death. Okay, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, you do have the one thing I also do like is how the person and like not the person exactly, but in this movie technically it is the person. But overall throughout the whole franchise, you have like hints as to how the person will die or the like a person is gonna die. And in this film, the main character who had the premonition at the beginning of the film kind of had a small minor premonitions as to how each person is gonna die, which was pretty odd but pretty cool at the same time. One death that really stands out is that, I mean, here's one thing. This death stands out, but I don't know if the way it stands out. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. The death was well done and unexpected, because the guy was talking about deja vu and how because his wife, I told him right before she died that deja vu and it's basically what happens or you think what happens or whatever. So he's walking down the street and walk, and then by an ambulance. He gets ran over by an ambulance. It's pretty funny because deja vu, and in a way it's kind of deja vu to the death because we've already seen someone get ran over before. Terry Chaney in the first film, so it's kind of deja vu. So it kind of stands out. I mean, a person getting ran over, that stands out a lot in someone's mind to begin with. But and also the fact that there's deja vu and you've seen that before, it stands out. But I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. So yeah, the hints for each death were kind of weak in this film. The acting was cheesy, but just a little too cheesy in my opinion. So is the writing. It's a bit too cheesy than what we are used to from this film franchise. I mean, definitely it is the weakest one from the film franchise if you ask me. Um, I mean, it's got its good moments. It's good moments. The deaths are always pretty cool, pretty tense at some times, like right before it. But overall, it could be improved. The writing could have been improved. I mean, I don't expect it to be Oscar worthy, but even by the cheese standards, it was way too cheesy. Same with the acting, it was a bit too cheesy for my taste. Even I mean, it should meet some standards, and here I think, I mean, obviously it's not going to be up to Oscar standards, but it should at least be to like cheesy standards. Good comedy fun, or what? Not comedy, good horror fun. I mean, overall it's still a good horror movie, but it could have been improved a bit more. So that is why on a rate from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I would have to give Final Destination, or yeah, Final Destination number 4, or The Final Destination as it's called. I'd have to give it on a rate from 1 to 10 a 6.5. It's okay, could be improved even by cheese standards. So yeah, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. So definitely stay tuned for that. Besides that, comment down below on your thoughts on this movie. What were your thoughts on it? Comment below. Let me know. Besides that, like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.